Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Bite number 9, or shall we say episode number 9. Now, before I start back into the story, I just wanted to take this opportunity here to acknowledge and thank some of the fellow content creators that I've been well collaborating, not so much collaborating, but I mean just involved with supporting each other. And I'll just name a few that have, we've become sort of friends here. Jelsa Pharma, or Yelsa Farmer, he has actually been a great supporter of some of us that are just starting out in the making videos on Farm Sim. He does great live streaming and other videos. Check him out. Rabid Rob has become a good friend of our little community here. CBW Farms LLC. Now he has been a huge, kind of a supporter with that group too. All these are great guys, making great content. Brian Baru Royalty, sorry I mispronounced that, I'm sure. Farm Sim Snowy, John Linden, Aiden Sherwood, Cobbler Farms, just to name a few. Thanks, guys. You guys are all great, and especially Jelsa and CBW, always given us great support in the live streams and promoting each other. It's really great. Anyways, now on with the story. So we've done we finished cultivating. Shall we go take a look? Let's go into our little drone, and here we are at the barn. And as you can see, we have squared off the fields and made 2 large fields. And as you can see, being day 2, mid-spring, it was just a bit chilly there, day 1, to do any planting. And we pretty much looked after all the cultivating. Some weedage has popped up. Now, I think we might go in there and hit that with some weed killer. Little farm dog Max wants to get up. Come on. Little farm dog Max is just is a distant cousin, I'm sure, of farm dog Jim, I believe, that CBW, little dachshund. Anywho, enough of that. Yes, so let's go back down to earth here. So we're going to make use of this. We have purchased a seeder. This little beauty, John Deere, of course, through our connections with the John Deere Corporation. Nice width on it, 13. I want to say, oh dear. Let's have a look. 13.4, as a matter of fact. Now, it is not a direct drill. It needs the crop or the soil needs to be tilled or cultivated in some shape or manner, and it only it does not fertilize as well as seed, which actually works out actually quite well in our favor, as our field, as you can see, is fully fertilized and cultivated. If we go over here, it is been cultivated. So it will work just quite well. However, I don't think it's going to get rid of the weeds. So we're going to go grab the little gator and hit up some of those weeds, I think, before we get to seeding. We still got plenty of time. 10:46 a.m. in the morning. Where did I put it? Oh, where did you go? Oh, where? Oh, where? Okay, I'm not going to sing. It is the... some of you may know the little song about the doggy in the window, or Where Has My Little Dog Gone song, but I'm not going to torture you with my vocal capabilities. Although I'm many a farmer, I am sure have broken into song whilst in the tractor. Perhaps. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to fill her up. I'm going to have to move that later. Yeah, let's just go do a little smackdown on some of these weeds here, and we'll be good to. Whoa! Application on. There we go. Now, if you recall from the previous harvest, there was some weeds amongst the harvest, and it was a good harvest. How much did it affect the harvest? I don't know. It's hard to say when it's... come on, get around there. Oh, getting dizzy. Okay, leave that one little weed there just because. Yeah, I don't know how much I mean, I'm sure if the entire field is covered with weeds, it will have a somewhat more of a significant impact on the harvest. This little patches here and there are mostly, for me anyways, just kind of annoying. And they do tend to propagate. Even after doing this, I'm pretty sure some more is going to pop up at some point, and we may be able to look after that as well, depending on how late on in the growth stages they pop up in. Yeah. But anywho, we got the little gator here with the sprayer on there, and we're going to do this for a little bit, and perhaps I will just keep talking. To be honest, I haven't tried the fast forward thing yet, really. I'm not a big fan of the speeding up time, and actually I haven't figured out how to put music on either yet, so I am admitting my ignorance. Perhaps it's something I will consider, or I will try in the future, but until then I will just do this. I'm sure my 2 viewers won't mind. Although I do, don't get me wrong, I do very much appreciate all the comments, and anyone who takes time out of their busy or not so busy schedule to view these humble videos of mine and my somewhat ramblings. Much appreciated. And any comments, I always read. I read all the comments, and I try to. I mean, if there's a response, needed, or if I feel there's a response expected, I will I will do my best to respond. Not that I get a lot of messages either, which is fine. One has to start somewhere, and for the most part, I just really enjoy making these videos. So of course I've gone a little off the roleplay topic here a little bit, and I'm sorry if that kind of ruins the mood, as it were. But I am not yet as skilled an orator as Mr. CDP is. But of course he has much more practice at it, having been doing this since I do believe Farm Sim 17. So I'm as it were a little late to the party with the whole deal, but I didn't want to be late to the party with number 22. So here we are. Anyways, to get back to the story, so it would seem, for whatever reason, as we can see here, straw prices, of which we have, well, plenty of, is still zero. Well, I don't think anybody wants straw. I haven't seen any. I mean, I haven't seen it go above zero yet. Since I started looking at it, for one. Talking to the guys down at the store there, they said actually there's been such a glut of straw that you can't even give this stuff away. Basically, it is just the guys are they don't know what to do with it. Nobody wants it. There may be a solution. Now, looking at our situation here, there's a biogas plant here, but most biogas plants do not take straw. That's pretty much a standard thing. However, there are a couple of companies that will come and build a biogas plant on site. They're not cheap, but there are a couple of companies that custom make biogas plants on a smaller scale, shall we say, and they can be modified to accept straw. Now, when I say quite expensive, upwards around the $200,000 range. I don't know how we can swing that. That's going to be a really tricky. Since that's a major investment, there's no way to lease it. The only thing is, I'd have to prove to the company that the expense of building it we can make back in revenue. Like they will want to know how long it will take to recoup the expense, number one, and what kind of profit potential from it afterwards. So yeah, how long is it going to take? And So I mean, we potentially could have an endless supply of straw, if that's. I mean I mean that's why we would be getting it, is to try to find a way to get some value out of that straw that we have, and we have a lot of it. Yeah, so that's for right now. That seems to be like the only solution to our straw problem. We certainly can't. I mean, we could continue to collect loose straw. That seems to be fairly. I mean, we can't get any more bales unless we get rid of some bales. Speaking of, whoa, yeah, I don't want to just jump out of that vehicle while it's doing that. Speaking of bales, I was doing a little reading up, which I mean, I must admit, I'm fairly ignorant about New Zealand and the country as a whole. I mean, other than knowing, kind of where it is and such. Not really knowledgeable about just general knowledge stuff. So anyways, when we were talking about bail limits and the local government not allowing more than a certain amount of bales, I was like, okay, well, is this how is the country kind of broken up? I mean, not broken up, but kind of portioned out. Because where I'm from in Canada, we have provinces, which is in the United States. That's the name. They have states that kind of portion out the country. So New Zealand has provinces. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Someone may have to correct me. 6, I believe. And whereas in Canada, we have kind of, it's just to keep it simple, municipalities make up the bits of a province. So the province, you have province, and then municipalities make up the smaller bits, and then of course you have cities. So apparently in New Zealand, from what I understand, they have it's just called local government. So it's kind of broken up into smaller bits. So in essence, the local government of my area here, which the farm resides on, says you can only have 200 bales. I mean, total. Just to make that short story long. So there you go. A little the very minute bit of New Zealand trivia that I've found out so far. Perhaps if I be a little bit more studious, I can look up a little bit more, and we'll have something else to talk about it. I do know they have bats, but lots of countries have bats, I guess. Anywho, they do have the kiwi though, thus the name Old Kiwi Farm. Yeah, so we're just about done here. So as planned, we will plant mustard. It seems to be a fairly if we look at the prices for mustard, actually millet looks really good, but I'm not sure what the yield is like. Mustard is decent, coming somewhat close to the $1,000 mark-ish. If we look at our yearly economy scale. Mustard, first, looks like the first third of winter. Looks like that's the peak price there, which is around $1,100, which would be fantastic. So we'll see. It's always nice to see a little bit of color in the field. Here, I say here, where I come from in Canada, typical crops are wheat, barley, oats, corn. Soybeans are have become a bit more popular. We also got alfalfa, flax. Canola is very popular here. And mustard seed is something you do see. Let's take a look, see if we cleaned up all those weeds or not. Kind of most part, anyways. I think I missed a spot over here. Yeah, I missed a spot. Yeah, lots of corn, lots of canola, lots of the grains, wheat, oats, barley. A fair bit of sunflower. We do have a fair bit of sunflower in where I'm from. What else? Of course, cattle, dairy, and beef. And we have a fairly large hog production farms where I'm from. So it's fairly tight. And there's the different areas as the soil changes. Like the soil type can vary quite a bit between areas of the province. And let's get this old girl out, and we'll start some planting, seeding. I don't know. I always thought you'd plant a seed, right? So it's planting or seeding. But apparently, there's planters and seeders. I always thought it was kind of like that. If it's a seed, you plant it, whether it's a wheat or oats or corn or whatever. But I understand they have to make the differentiation between the different types of. In this case, this is just a cedar. Let's see: wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybeans, oilseed, red grass, carrot, onion, millet, coffee. There's our mustard, sorghum. Rye is actually quite well priced for sale. And then there's rice as well, which is a bit odd for New Zealand, I would suspect, but hey. Where's our mustard? There we go, mustard. And let us deploy the wings. Now, I must admit, I have not really used this cedar. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've really ever used this cedar before. And I guess I know why now. 9 miles per hour, not the speediest cedar in the bunch, and not being a direct drill, is another reason why I wouldn't have used it in the past for, ever. But in this particular situation that we have manufactured for ourselves here, this is perfectly suited for, well, this particular situation, except for the slow mile per hour rating, which is something I obviously overlooked. However, that's well, that is the way it is. So, oh, look at that. It looks as if the cedar, when running over weeds, that sort of weeds. I guess I should have tested that before. Well, there's a little bit of weeds there. Yeah, they get knocked down by the cedar. All right, well, I'm going to continue, seeding mustard, and it's going to be just like, seeding it, going back and forth. Pretty much because that's all we have to do. It's spring. Time to let's look. Is that even okay? Yeah, that was. Yeah, because that's what we do in spring. We seed our crop, and I will be doing this for the next some time. So until then, you can it's getting close to lunchtime. Why don't you go grab some lunch? I'm gonna do this. We'll meet up later. See you in a little bit. So we're back. We have completed our seeding tasks for this year. As mentioned, mustard. There it is, mustard. So mustard in those two fields. Didn't take too long. It's 12:30 midday, second day of spring. We've made a few changes. The John Deere articulated tractor it just wasn't to my liking. It's a good tractor, but not. So there was someone a few farms over that wanted to move into Deere, and he had this old interesting unit, kind of like the off-brand, I guess, Lizard 1428, with tracks. Little bit more horsepower. It has a 3-point hitch, which may come in quite handy, and pretty close to a straight-up trade. So that's what I used with our planter. As you can see, we picked up a little used older style planter for the little deer to pull around to help us with seeding. It cost about $6,000. It was quite reasonable, worth it to have around, a nice little second seeder, yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's things are changing. I mean, it's this like I said, this was a trade, so we need to grab. I was going to wash up. Go wash these guys up before we put them away, and I need to go buy a hose. At the local store. Where is she? Oh dear. Really, is it not? Oh, of course not. I'm looking in the wrong place. Where's my hose? Garden hose. There we go. Need to wash up this equipment before we put it away for the year. We did, as you can see, our money has went down substantially, and the new equipment does not account for that drop in funds, as per our mandate, which we're still trying to follow as we go along here. We've purchased some more land. And it's very close by. It's just over yonder, that away, and it already has a crop on it, which is quite helpful. And the land, it looks like the land's been taken care of quite well. There's no weeds, which is also a bonus. But it's not fertilized. It doesn't have any fertilizer on it whatsoever, which is not it's not a big deal. Having crop on it already in the looks like second stage of growth means we're going to have to be a little careful spreading some fertilizer on there. We might not be able to get 3 states of fertilizer on there. We might only even get 1. But we'll see. We're going to have to throw the narrows on this old John Deere here, and get the fertilizer hooked up there, and give it a coat of fertilizer, and wash this little guy up here. So yeah, so that's the start to our afternoon. We're going to finish washing up these things real nice. Get them nice and sparkly clean. Get them all cleaned up before we put them away. We'll put them away in the barn here. Tuck them away nicely. The straw situation is still, well, a situation. Like I said, we have a company that will actually build biogas facility on your property in a compact manner, but it's very expensive. I think the cheapest one was $200,000, which is, and for the payout for hay is about $79 per 1,000 liters, which is, for the amount of hay we have, which it works out to about, I don't know, 50. It wouldn't even cover the cost of building it, so it would have to be. It's definitely a long-term. It would be a long-term investment, and I don't think. Can I tuck the cedar in here? Let's see if I can tuck it in here. Yeah, I don't know if the company is going to go for it. I mean, could be something we'll look at in the future. Maybe because I mean we do have we will have access to more straw in the future. Anyways, yeah, so let's get these tucked away. Yeah, don't know if it's all gonna fit in there. Now, what I do like about this tractor is it has a very nice tight turning radius. And it's goes about 9, almost 10 miles an hour faster than the Deere did, so it's a little bit quicker on the moving around the yard. So yeah, I think it, and it was, like I say, it was Didn't actually cost us anything extra, so that was kind of nice. Let's go. And we'll park these underneath the little shed here, off to the side. I did refill the seeds off of our seeds that we had in the silo, so it's ready to go for next year. It's a little difficult getting, for whatever reason, it's a little bit tricky getting seeds out of the silo to put into the so for some reason it doesn't like unloading into the seeders. And oh man, this doesn't want to back up in there very nicely, does it? Oh man, my reversing skills need a little bit of practice. There we go. Okay, let's maybe orient this a little bit better this way so we can come on. Okay, that's good enough. Gonna go over to the shop here and swap out our tires for narrows. Max the farm dog is not happy. Haven't had a visit from Robert lately, from head office, corporate. Pretty much I'm expecting to see him actually before summer. Usually comes by. Let's get the fertilizer hooked up here. We should put the weight on the front. Too bad. Oh, for some reason the somebody took the 3-point hitch off the front. That's okay. It's not that heavy anyways. Let's get some, oh, I think I got some, is this lime or fertilizer? It is fertilizer. Let's use this up. All right. Anyways, yes, our little piece of land that we've purchased right here. It is, well, it looks like it's in the last stage of growth, which it's odd for spring, but anyways, and it's been plowed, doesn't need lime, but it's not fertilized. So if we can see if we can bump the yield up a little bit, just at least give it a coat of fertilizer and see if we can maximize our yield potential here. Hopefully we can get the most benefit out of this. And it's going to be a little bit It'll be a little bit tricky to see where we're fertilizing here, since it is kind of in the last stage of growth. But millet should bring a good price at market. There's my truck there. When I came over to take a look, I left it there. And when the farmer said, "Yeah, I got millet in there," but I kind of like he was kind of anxious to sell, so so we kind of jumped on it, and yeah, let's say expand the farm a little bit. It's a nice little plot of land, nice and close to the farm. Kind of there's a potential for maybe some expansion, maybe not. I mean, it's we'll see what happens. There's these plots up to the west. But yeah, so we're going to set the cruise and take a quick peek. Yeah, we're doing okay. Yeah, so just one state of fertilization, which is, well, it is what it is. Like I say, we got some crop on here that we didn't have to plant, and millet is pretty good price for millet, so yeah. You might as well just hang out with me in the tractor here for a bit while I finish up this fertilizing, and we should be able to, and then go for a bit of a late lunch, I would expect to see. And it's nice, there's no weeds. That was really kind of a bonus. He really looked after this land here. As you can see, for some reason we got a little spot of weeds popping up on the corner there, but yeah, shouldn't hurt us too bad. We could go and grab the gator and take care of that little spot right after this. Actually, we're almost done here, and I think we're done. There we go. That wasn't too bad. So yeah, so let's go grab the gator real quick, and let's see if we can find that little weed patch there. We got some herbicide left. Yeah, that was a bit of us going and taking care of those weeds before planting was a little bit of a faux pas on my part again, because there is some more that popped up. Well, let's turn that off. There's a few that popped up that the planter took care, or the seeder took care of when we were seeding over. They just kind of plowed it under, and it's like, oh, so I didn't need to go spray those weeds. But now that it's planted, we can't go cultivate, of course, because we will dig up our seeded. So where is it? Oh, right there. Let's go see if we can find that. Must have popped up right after we planted. Is it or isn't it? Oh, there it is. Huh. Look at that. Little spot of weeds. Shall we? Okay, well, alrighty then. Herbicide-resistant weeds. Okay, I guess you learn something new every day. Maybe that I don't know what to say. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait a bit and to see if we can. Maybe I'll just go out there and pull them out by hand. I don't know. That's a bit odd. Anyways, yeah. Maybe we'll call it a day. Kind of pretty much it for our spring activity. It's just keeping an eye on the fields. Like I say, we're all fertilized there. We might get an early harvest off that millet. That kind of remains to be seen. Then we have to keep an eye on weeds. We'll see what we do about that, and start thinking about harvesters. Anyways, I hope you... okay, I'm going to stop moving around here so we'll get a nice little shot of our barn here. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Maybe a bit of a shorter or whatever episode, but it is whatever. Crops in the field. We're waiting on summer to come along, so if you liked it, throw a like up. If you want to leave a comment, be my guest, please. Until next time, I'm Looney Farm Guy. And remember, it's just a game, so have fun with it. Till next time, bye for now. Toodaloo.